only. And it's for all women who's at the C-suite level. CEO. And we coming your way to share our stories in leadership. So we walking the walk, talking the talk, being the boss lady. Welcome to the C-suite, where we help build women leadership and how to be the boss lady. So welcome to the C-suite. So let's talk about being a CEO.
Hello, and welcome to She Sweets Podcast with your host, Jodi Hood. Yes, this is the place where She Sweet executives share and compare unfiltered realities that our male counterparts will never face. We laugh, we cry, we thrive, and we survive. Now, today we're going to continue our series on emotional intelligence. Now, you're wondering, Dr. Jodi, you look kind of fly in those glasses. Well, I'm having a little trouble with a light sensitivity, so I have on these cool glasses today, but next week I should be A-okay. Alrighty then. So, if you recall, last week we talked about emotional intelligence, and we specifically talked about the 5 components: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Now, I promised you that on today, we would go over some scenarios. So here we go. Get your paper, get your pen, get your devices, or whatever you take your notes on, because this is going to be some mighty good stuff that will help you in the suite to become the very best that you could be. And more importantly, to improve your EQ, and that is your emotional intelligence quotient. Alrighty, so let me tell you this. Emotional intelligence exists on a continuum. So I'm going to give you some examples that explore what a higher versus a lower EQ may look like. So let's start with self-regulation. So here's the scenario. You're in a meeting and your boss criticizes you in front of other coworkers. Now, for most people, that is enough to set you off and for you to go off. So, but if you have a higher EQ, this is what you do. You maintain your composure, then politely excuse yourself to process your emotions in a safe environment. Now, the lower EQ, here you go. You start becoming defensive and you storm out of the office and you make a big old scene. Not something that you might want to do. You're letting your emotions get the best of you. So self-regulation, you are able to manage those feelings, bring them under subjection, and process what's really going on. Now we're going to give a scenario about empathy. Alrighty, so here's the scenario. Your roommate tells you, oh, it hurt their feelings when you forgot to take out the garbage. You forgot to take out the trash because you agreed to do it. Now, with a higher EQ, this is what you would do. You would explain why you dropped the ball, and you would tell them, I understand why you're hurt. And then you would come up with an action plan together with your roommate about how you both could get your needs met. Now, on the other hand, lower EQ, here we go. You find it difficult to understand why you're so upset. All I forgot to do was to take out the garbage, and I feel attacked. You're attacking me, and you are very offended by their criticism. Folks, let's practice empathy, and let's shoot for the higher EQ. You will thank yourself in the long run. Now, here's another scenario about self-awareness. So let's say you and a colleague were up for the same promotion, but your colleague got it instead, okay? So with a higher how would you handle that? Well, you will reflect and you will realize that, you know what, if I'm really being honest with myself, I really wasn't working as hard as my coworker, and they really deserve the promotion, right? So the lower EQ, on the other hand, you may fire off and send an angry email to your boss demanding, I want an explanation. I want to know why I didn't get the promotion. And if you don't give me an explanation, I'm going to quit. All right, flying off the handle. That's the lower EQ. What did I say, people? We're going to shoot for the higher EQ. Now, let's talk about this component of motivation. All right, are you ready? Are you ready, everybody? Okay, so here's the scenario. You passed an exam and you posted about it on social media. Some people, I say people post too much, tell all your business. But anyway, so you posted it on social media because you passed the exam, right? So the higher EQ, you would do this. You're proud of yourself for the goal that you achieved, and you're appreciative of any support that you receive. But here comes the lower EQ. You didn't get as many likes as you thought you would get. You didn't get those hearts, those stars, those thumbs up. So now you got an attitude, okay? So now here you go. You're questioning your success or your worth just because people didn't respond to your post the way you thought they should. Come on, people. We got to do better. We got to come up, practice that higher EQ. Don't let yourself fall for the lower EQ. As I've seen some people, they are not happy with the response of their post, and they actually start posting negative things about their friends, or I'm blocking you, I'm deleting you because you're not happy for me. Alrighty, people, no. We want to shoot for the higher EQ. Now, here's the last one, and this is going to bring the podcast to a close, alrighty? And I'm really sure you can think of some scenarios yourself. And how about this? Why don't you write a couple down and write some of the your experiences when you experienced or you exercise your higher EQ. And then why don't you write about 5 where you exercise the lower EQ? And there you can look at them both and you could see from the lower EQ what you could have done better or what you will do next time. So again, lastly, this is social skills. So let's say you're on a date and this date is not going very well. Okay. I have known people to excuse themselves to the ladies' room or the men's room and duck on out of the building. That's it. That's all. They're not going to do it. But with a higher EQ, you wouldn't do that. So you would just start asking open-ended questions. You'll continue to maintain good eye contact, and you would practice active listening. And then you just end the day politely, and that's it. It won't be another date. But with a lower EQ, you might stop paying attention, start looking at your phone, looking around. You're deciding in your mind, oh, there is something really wrong with this guy or this girl. I'm checking out. Well, that would be the lower EQ. Now, I'm not sure if that's a really good example because I know, I don't know, I might not be able to just sit there and maintain eye contact and practice active listening. Well, what does that mean, Dr. Jodi? That means I may have to work on my social skills a little bit. And just so you know, my son has accused me of being socially awkward. Oh, that's a topic for another day. But I can say this. I am more of an introvert, but that's okay. I'll talk about introvert versus extrovert another day. All right. So next week, we're going to talk about how to improve our emotional intelligence. All righty. That is a skill set that needs, it can be acquired. You actually can get better because practice can make perfect. All right, people. I hope you have enjoyed this session talking about emotional intelligence. Yes. And once you have mastered emotional intelligence, your workplace will be different for you. You will benefit, and so will your co-worker. So what do I want you to do? I end it the same way every single time. I would like you to like me on Facebook, to connect with me on LinkedIn, or how about this? Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that is Jodi Hood for Facebook, Jodi Hood for YouTube, and Dr. Jodi Easterling Hood for LinkedIn. All right, so you know what? We got to keep doing what? Walking the walk, and we got to keep what? Talking the talk. That's right. And until next time, ladies, tell those C-suites that the she-suites are coming at you. That's right. We're coming. We're coming.
G's only. And it's for all women who's at the C-suite level. CEO. And we coming your way to share our stories in leadership. So we walking the walk, talking the talk, being the boss.